All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back, everybody. So there's a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about right now, actually. So I'm going to talk about this post that Mitch Snow put up. Well, I guess he put it up a month ago, but everybody found it right now, where he makes a very shocking family confession that we'll go through. We're going to go through that after a couple other things, though, because I put up a video about Erica Kirk and the life insurance policy and all that today, and there's been like a lot of responses that gave me stuff to think about. But more than anything, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to go through with you guys that I am looking for feedback. If you guys know about some of these things before I film this video tomorrow, you guys will be very helpful, because when I get into when I get into the Erica Kirk stuff, I find every time that I cover this, people send me all kinds of stuff that I did not know. And so we're going to go through some of that. So right out of the gate, okay, I wanted to show you guys something that, let me actually just rewind, okay? So I know I said this in the video, but in case you guys haven't seen it, I started doing the Erica Kirk stuff specifically because, I will certainly give a person a fair amount of breathing room given the situation that she is in. You know what I mean? But at a certain point, when you keep on telling lies and getting caught, it's like, okay, why are you making these weird stories up? You know what I mean? Like, if you say you've never had a boyfriend except for Charlie, you're going to get caught. Like, you're going to get caught, Erica Kirk. And once you get caught lying a bunch of weird stuff, then guess what? I'm going to start looking at the other things that you've been saying. And, or I guess in your case, looking at other things that people have been saying about you. And obviously I am very interested in, both the Charlie Kirk case itself, but even more than that, the delicious Italian dish where people put pizza. I'm sorry. Well, I just said it. I was trying pizza, right? Very oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry, my cat is throwing up. Hey, can you guys come open my studio and just let this cat out? Because now he's changed his mind. He wants out, and I am in the middle of a live stream. So okay, thank you. Anyway, so I want to go through some of that. And I don't know if you guys have seen the Cabot Phillips, the one that I put in the video, but that picture of Cabot Phillips where he has pizza tattooed on the inside of his lip. Like, what is that, dude? What on earth am I looking at? How is there? What's he doing? Okay, we'll figure it out. I mean, listen, dude, if you guys want to hear it, trust me, dude, you're going to want me to warm you up about Mitch Snow, because Mitch Snow's confession is pretty weird, dude. Pretty weird, to say the least. Okay. He is claiming to know who one of the most prolific serial killers in American history is. And it was really close to home. You guys want me to start there? I will start there if you want, dude. I will start right there if that's what everybody wants. But I figured we should but the other thing I was going to talk about in this stream is this. So number one is there's a transcript from the court case related to the Tyler Robinson's prosecution that I hadn't read yet. And so I was going to read this with you guys. And also I wanted to kind of one thing that I realized is that so much stuff happened when the Charlie Kirk thing first happened, that when I started going back and looking at things when they first happened, I realized how much stuff I had forgot. Did you guys remember that there was this came out literally immediately afterwards? There's the shooting of Charlie Kirk that got uploaded on the Amazon, on the bookstore the day before it happened, all kinds of weird stuff like that. So I want to start revisiting some of that and then kind of bring it back into the conversation related to, that we've been doing, that we've been having lately. But anyway, so we'll talk about, I guess, dude, we could start with Mitch Snow if you guys want, dude, because I'll tell you what, I'll just read you what he said. Okay. So this is September 30th. This guy, Jason Hassett, says, this is insane. Only available in America for now, but still crazy. And it's deciphering the Zodiac Killer. Dude, have I watched that actually? I just realized I'm not sure if I've watched that. Okay. So this is Mitch Snow's response to this. Okay. I'll just read it to you guys. He wrote this December 1st. So this is like right before he ended up in the public sphere. So he says, at end, you were close. Wait, hold on. Is he responding to, okay, hang on. Actually, there's 4 total comments. Let's just see if there's like, because it sounds like he's like responding to someone else. Oh. So maybe this guy is involved in it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So apparently Mitch watches the Zodiac documentary and this is his take. Okay. He says, at end, you were close. Actually, let me start here. How many of you guys are familiar with the Zodiac Killer case? Like, this is really important for you to know who the Zodiac Killer was. So let's do that real quick. We'll do a super quick backdrop. Like, I'll look for like a 2-minute video on the Zodiac Killer. So like Zodiac Killer. Here you go. Wait, was Zodiac? Okay, no. Here you go. Here's a trailer. Oh, no.
I called
Netflix might. Okay, there's no short ones. Bottom line is this. Okay, Zodiac Killer is one of the most famous unsolved crimes in American history. Okay, it was some dude who was going out to like he would trap these like Lover's Lane people. Like it was in San Francisco generally. And he would come up on them. He would murder them. He murdered them with guns, murdered them with knives, murdered them with all kinds of stuff, dude. And he was sending these ciphers into the papers around San Francisco. Okay, he was sending these super weird symbols with these really weird symbol ciphers. That's one of them. That's probably the most famous like cipher story that's ever happened, because he would send the ciphers in. And what he would say is like, if anyone could solve this cipher, then you'll find out who I am, right? And it was never solved. Literally, probably the most famous serial killer that was never found out ever, okay? So right out of the gate, it's like, wait, hang on. Mitch knows who the fucking Zodiac Killer was? It's like, all right, let's see what he says. So this is Mitch's take. At the end, you were close. Zodiac was a hit for hire type, but not in a conventional way. So Zodiac was a hit for hire type, which means he was like a hitman, not a serial killer, who apparently was, maybe that's what he did on the side when he wasn't committing murders on innocent people in the parks and like in Lover's Lane and shit. Okay. He hung out with disgruntled alcoholic cops. He was a radio and radar operator on the USS Enterprise during Vietnam. Thus, how he knew ciphers. Okay, so it's like, all right. So this is like, this is one of those topics. Like, I've watched a lot of I wouldn't say that I'm like a stone expert on the Zodiac Killer thing, but I've watched a fair amount about the Zodiac stuff to where I know enough. There are certain cases I know an embarrassing amount. This is not one of them, but I know plenty. But like anyone saying that they know how the Zodiac Killer knew ciphers is indicating that they know who the Zodiac Killer is, obviously. Okay. So he says, thus, he knew the East Bay Area. Now, I'm from the East Bay Area. He says also how he wore the Navy shoes, he had some vision problems, wearing glasses that were shaded light tinge of orange or red in the 60s to late 70s, later switching to half-shaded glasses. He was an Eagle Scout, thus why he picked his first victims. He grew up collecting, thus why he picked his first victims. I'm pretty sure the first victims were shot in a car. I'm not sure. It's totally not relevant, actually. He grew up collecting every Mad magazine book. He did not live in the Bay Area originally. He was born and grew up in Seattle on Queen Anne Hill. He was the third oldest of 10 kids in a very strict Catholic family. He graduated Odeya High School. He despised women, yet praised, even normally worshipped his mother. All the kids did, even though she was far from being a saint. He had a controlling girlfriend from a rich family who he married. She taunted him to become rich, with his supposed quick wit. During times of, again, this is him talking to the person who did the documentary about the Zodiac Killer, and he is telling him who the Zodiac Killer is. Okay. During times of stress between them, he would travel to the Bay Area and other scenic areas of California. that he became familiar with while serving in the Navy. Stressful times, such as when he did not make cuts to play pro baseball or when his girlfriend got pregnant, forcing them to get married at Gonzaga. So all of this is like, all right, so clearly you're indicating that you know who this person is, right? So a near divorce in 1975, he took a promotion with RCA, sending him to San Francisco, convincing yada, 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 yada. Fast forward, boom, okay, here we go. This is the end. He remarried and moved to Long Island, New York. He died in 2022 in Colorado Springs. He was my dad. I can provide DNA samples if it helps. So according to Mitch Snow, his dad was the Zodiac Killer. Listen, dude, no way to know. No way to know. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, if this seems like not relevant to this whole thing, I mean, listen, actually, I've made my position on this clear. I don't care what Mitch Snow is doing. Like, I don't care. I don't care. If he saw like Cabot Phillips, like I said, he said he saw Cabot Phillips, who, by the way, look at this guy. Hold on. Let me just make sure, you know, like, if you guys have not seen this yet, dude, it's like, what are, all right. This is who he says he saw, Cabot Phillips. Pizza tattooed on the inside of his lip. So, like, believe me, I got no love loss for people that I suspect might be part of satanic cults. You know, but like I said, I just don't care. I'm out of the what did Mitch Snow see game. I don't care. If he saw what he says he saw and we can verify it, awesome. If we can't, we can't. But if we are going to look at, like, all right, so if we're just looking with a discerning eye at this particular story, okay, if we're not doing, if, like, listen, like I said, I love Candace. I love Alex Jones. I love everybody involved in this thing. I'm not throwing rocks at anybody. But if I don't analyze this honestly, then what am I doing here? Okay. Because if you look at what this post does, it's very, very, like, notable. He takes, I mean, let's say that the Zodiac Killer is not his dad. Just as example's sake. Let's say his father's not the Zodiac Killer, since that would be, you know, again, the, like, great. Honestly, that is probably I'm trying to think of what unsolved case was more, was like a bigger story than the Zodiac. I can't think of one, right? So let's just say that his dad's not the Zodiac Killer. Well, what he did here is he took a bunch of facts from his actual life, right? All of this stuff, I'm sure, is totally true about his dad, about his dad's life. All of this stuff is probably true. And then he tied in facts about the Zodiac Killer case, right? Like, look at, he was a radio and radar operator on the USS Enterprise during Vietnam. That's probably his dad, right? If he ended up being a Green Beret, which everybody's verified, he was a Green Beret. Well, it stands to reason that his father was, that if what he says about his dad being in Vietnam, probably accurate. And then he says, thus, that's how he knew ciphers. And you're like, okay. So, like, his dad knew ciphers because of this. Zodiac Killer knew ciphers. So, you know, listen, we're making connections here. And then as you just go through this whole thing, that's exactly what he does through this entire thing, is he's like, this is the story of my father. And then here are overlaps with the Zodiac Killer. And then at the end, he's like, and just so we're clear, my dad was in fact the Zodiac Killer. So it's like, okay, you know, like, I'm just saying, you know, like, if I was an attorney and I was trying to argue, you know, in favor of, like, him maybe not telling the truth about Fort Huachuca, this would be some pretty fucking damning evidence. I'd be like, you know, but like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight, because I literally would have bet anything that he was not a Green Beret, and I would have lost. So, you know what I mean? Like, I would have bet anything that he wasn't a Green Beret, and I lost. So I'm no authority on this stuff. It's just like, you know, if you were like, hey, Jesse, do you think that he's telling the truth? I'd be like, fuck no, I don't think he's telling the truth. Of course not. But I got no beef with anybody who thinks that he is. Let's just, you know, either way, you have to run down the lead. So it makes no fucking difference. You know what I mean? Makes no difference either way. But yeah, check this out though, dude. So hang on. Let me pull this up real quick. Speaking of Cabot Phillips, look at this shit. Okay. So this is apparently Cabot Phillips from like almost a decade ago, where he said, wait, hang on for a second. Oh my God. Hold on. Please tell me that the implication is that because I read Mitch's tweet, that means I'm compromised. Please put that up. Like, stamp your name on that, dude. Like, stamp your name on. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, here's an X post from that. It's like, oh, he's compromised. You're like, I'm literally reading his own words off of his own X account. That's all I did is I read his a post from his X account. I mean, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Anyway, but so who is just writing weird, like they're all Jesse Adderall, Jesse, like, wait, hold on. Jesse Kratom. It's like, are you just like saying words? It's Sunday, dude. Jesse, do not be like Valhalla or Gary. First of all, I don't even know what that means. Okay. I literally have intentionally not even looked at this case. Like literally, like have not looked at it at all. I haven't paid attention to, I didn't watch any of the stuff I saw on X. There was the only thing that I even looked at all was the thing that I saw where it was like hammer attack. And then I watched both versions of it. And I'm like, Alex really should not put up things that have been selectively edited. If you're going to put it up, just show the whole fucking video. But like, I saw that Paramount had called Mitch, and then they put like the phone call up on X. I didn't even watch it because I don't. Again, like I said, it's irrelevant. Like any of that stuff to me is irrelevant. The reason I'm talking about this is because this feels pretty fucking relevant to me. You know what I mean? But anyway, okay. So on the what do you call it? Oh, Cabot Phillips, right? So the guy who's got pizza tattooed on the inside of his lip, right? Look at this. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Oh, wait, hang on. Hold on. Oh my God, I have a bunch of super chats. Sorry. I don't care what Mitch Snow did or didn't do. I care what he saw at Fort Huachuca. By the way, me too. He lives in my town and is in good standing with the community. Yeah, dude, I don't care what he did or didn't do either. What I'm saying is like, no way. No way. This is a serious comment. You paid to put this on my channel. I read his own X post and just said, I mean, it doesn't seem super likely to me that his dad was the Zodiac killer. Like, Jesse's compromised. That's a serious comment. Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you something that you should take very, very seriously. Oh my God. My chair just literally imploded. Are you guys doing fucking like witchcraft spells on me? How the hell did you do that? Right as I was about to say, like literally my chair fell out from under me. Okay. If this is serious, like I'm being totally serious about this actually. If you get to a point where anyone says anything like that you see as critical of a person, like, and you're like, oh my God, they're compromised. Like, dude, you've lost the fucking plot. Okay. Like you've lost the plot. If this is a serious comment, I'm actually trying to help you. I'm not trying to break your balls. It's like, guys, you can't put yourself in a position where if someone goes, hey, one thing that I saw about this guy, which seems like relevant information, and you're all, oh my God, compromised. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, hopefully that was a fucking joke because that would be ludicrous if it wasn't. Considering I did 5 fucking videos defending Candace about this exact topic. Do we know who Mitch Snow's dad is? Let's start there. Candace did the Kamala Chronicles. Let's find out. Dude, wait, she did? Candace did a Kamala Files? Hold up, dude. How have I not seen that? Hold on. I will watch the shit out of that, dude. Candace Owens, Kamala Files. I'll tell you right now, dude, the best shit that Candace ever did. Wait, let me think about this actually. Dude, Candace done so many good series that I'm not. Oh my God, she really did. How did I not know about this? How did I not know about this? That's so crazy. 17 fucking episodes. How did I not know? Well, wait. Okay, so I watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, so I did watch this. 6. Oh, Jesus, I watched this whole fucking thing. What am I talking about? I have seen this. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I saw this. This is embarrassing that I don't remember this. My poor brain, dude. But do we know who Mitch Snow's dad is? Okay, so thank you for the super chat. American Mitch just keeps on Mitch. I don't even know what that means. All I know is that I just think it's fucking hilarious that somebody's just like, hey guys, just so you know, my dad's a Zodiac killer. You know, it's like, oh, where does yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay, so you were breaking my balls, dude. Where does Cabot is a chomo? I totally agree. Like, there is no person who did you guys shoot the 30-06? I may have missed it. Oh, okay, you were breaking my balls. I'm sorry, dude. I apologize. Yes, we did. We shot the 30-06. And as you actually, you know what? Let me actually pull that. Okay. All of you guys are like, Jesus. I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, I've got 5 in a row. They're like, he's like, I'm joking. And then fucking yo, what's up, Yarrow? How are you, dude? Does not compromised. Does never compromised. Thank you. Call me not. Yes, I promise I am not compromised. Rihanna, thank you very much. It's true, Jesse. Oh man, what's up, dude? It's true. Jesse compromised. Kills me to say Simon and Fabio run a train. Ew, dude. At a Diddy party that he came after me with the TV remote. Trust me, bro. Dude, the TV remote story is the craziest one of all time. So my friend in the Bay Area actually knows that girl. Like, so my buddy's wife is friends with these guys that are friends with the girl who told that story. And after it happened, they all started photoshopping Diddy into all these like group pictures of them together. And then they would text them to each other. They're all like, all these like random parties that they had over the years. They would just like sneak Diddy into the pictures. Like, he's like, where's Waldo? They're like, dude, Diddy was at this party too. Cause they like, everybody knows it's like the stupidest lie ever. That particular one. Fuck Diddy. I watched the Netflix documentary. That guy can have his skin peeled off with a potato peeler, as far as I'm concerned. He's the worst, dude. A guy who was in compromise would say, it's true, dude. That is a good point. That is a really good point. But listen, dude, I'm sorry. I am just going to state publicly, guys. I'm just going to say it. You know, hate me if you want. I don't believe that Mitch's father was actually the Zodiac Killer and Mitch just knew this whole time. I don't believe it. I was going to do, honestly, what I was going to do is I was going to do this, and I was going to do the entire stream and just completely pretend like I believed the story, like, and I was just going to lay it on really thick, you know, but it was like, I was trying to think through how I could do it. And I'm reading the post. I'm like, there's no, like, how could I even do it? Like, how could I even, you know, the way that I do that, where it's like, oh, this makes sense. I don't even know how I could even do it on this. It's like, it's so, I don't know, it'd just be so weird. It's like, so he was known for frequently drinking, because the thing is he's telling a true story, right? Like, he's telling a true story. I don't know how to make fun of that, because it's like, he's talking about his actual dad. He's a single dad raising 2 boys. He loved picking up potential proteges, and he would train them to commit. Known for drinking heavy, frequent cop bars, challenging cops in the pool, gaining their rapport, then doing favors for the ones he considered to be like his father, disgruntled, unappreciated officers, whatever. Like, this is all probably 100% true. You know what I mean? It's just like, then you get to the end and it's like, and by the way, he was also the Zodiac Killer. You're all, your dad? It's like, yeah. You're like, how would you know that? What do you mean? How would you know that your dad was the Zodiac Killer? Like, did he fucking tell you? You know what I mean? It's like, hold on. When's, how old is Mitch Snow? Mitch Snow, 1966. Okay. So he's, oh wait, I don't even know if that's the right Mitch Snow. Now that I just realized it's not even his fucking real name. Do you guys know, does anybody know how old he is? I don't know how old he is. He's like 55. Okay. 5'9" with a 3-inch mushroom tip. That's not true. That's not true. Hey, but that's what a person who was 5'9" with a 3-inch mushroom tip would say, dude. Fuck. Damn it. That's checkmate, dude. That's checkmate. Blue Belt Drew, what's up, dude? The one question that matters, gi or no gi? Come to Detroit, train with us in Michigan grappling. Dude, I would love to. I've never even been to Detroit, but I will definitely be training tomorrow at Six Flags. I said on my, I realized afterwards, I said on my stream the other night on Friday that I was like, oh my God, I'm definitely training tomorrow at Six Blades. And then I found out that the gym is closed until tomorrow. So tomorrow I will definitely be at Six Blades. I was devastated. Schuster, what's up, man? Do you make that face because you're compromised? You can't just call now. Like, we can do the compromise joke on this stream, but if you say it too many times, people are seriously going to actually think that I'm compromised. Like, that is like an actual thing that people throw around. I don't know how anyone would think that about me, but I am 5'10". So that's what I'm saying. 5'9" on a bad day, dude. 3-inch tip. Just kidding. But I know, dude, Jimmy Dore, I saw that. I have not watched it yet, but I reached out to him. I love Jimmy Dore, dude. Like, let me just say that real quick before I get to anything else. Like, if I was trying to think of, I don't know, the top 5 people that I knew had like watched my content and liked it enough that they like, you know, referenced having watched it and like shared a point that I made, like that I would be the most flattered by, it would probably be Rogan. I don't know who else. Jimmy Dore's 100% on in that group for sure. Like, for sure. Because the way that I the way that I measure that, like people whose opinion I would be most flattered by, is by how much I trust that they're driven purely by their principles and what they actually think, you know. And I can't think of anybody that I think is more that way than Jimmy Dore. I know Rogan Rogan will change his mind on stuff, but I know if he says a thing, that's what he thinks. He might be kind of slippery on a question if he's decided that, like, you know, he's so fucking famous that he can't publicly just outright say that he doesn't believe in the moon landing anymore. But like, he's never going to pretend he believes something that he doesn't. And he's going to stand by, you know, what he thinks is important. But Jimmy Dore, bro, if Jimmy Dore thinks a thing, I don't care if there's an army out front of his house with a tank that has a fucking, you know, whatever caliber those fucking guns are pointed at his face. Like, you're never going to get him to say a thing that he doesn't actually believe. And I have so much respect for that guy that I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, very flattering, dude. Yeah, he's awesome, dude. Jimmy Dore is awesome. Jimmy Dore is fucking awesome. But I saw someone said, do I still back Alex Jones? I do, dude. I back Candace. I back Alex. I back Jimmy Dore. The only people I don't back are people who I think are doing it disingenuous. Like Tim Pool, I definitely do not have his back at all. Like, I don't believe that he's doing this organically at all. You know, like, especially if what you're doing is like attacking another creator. If you're doing that for money, like, even if you tell yourself, it's like, well, I already really did think this before I took their money. It's like, I don't care, you know, like, it's irrelevant. You can't convince me that because you weren't doing it before that. You know what I mean? I don't know for a fact that Tim Pool took money, but if I had to bet, I would bet that Tim Pool took money, and he's, you know, he's making Candace like a focal point of, because listen, dude, there's no money. Like, if you're an actual independent creator, there's no money in attacking Candace. Like, that's a losing fucking, it's a losing position to take, you know? So like, the only thing that I can think of why he would go so hard in the paint against her when he never does this for anybody else is a nefarious, I don't know, a nefarious, but just like a disingenuous reason to do that. I think Paramount Tactical really like genuinely believes that she's a bad actor. So like, I got no issues with him, you know, like, people can have issues with each other and I don't have issues with them. You know what I mean? I got no issues with anybody having an issue with anybody else, as long as it's real. You know what I mean? But I think I'm very confident that I'm right about Alex and like how this happened. Come to Strong Style in Parma, Ohio. Dude, I would love to. Honestly, every time that I travel, I should just run it by you guys. I'll come fucking roll with you. I'll just surprise you guys. Well, that would be pointless. Actually, you should probably know that I'm coming if I'm going to do it. But I will I'm going to get to these super chats in 1 second. The thing I was just going to say about it is like, I really genuinely believe that and to be clear, if this is exactly what is on the Jimmy Dore show, I apologize if I'm repeating it, because I have not watched it. I swear. Like, I saw that I was on. my buddy Danny told me that it was a really long clip, but I haven't watched what part of it. And I definitely said the following in my video, but like the reason that I think Alex is going so hard in the paint is because he was, he's taking an adversarial approach to Mitch Snow as a witness, but he did it in a way that I wouldn't have done, and I would have advised him against. You know what I mean? Like because he did it like even if because I think he meant well. Like I think he's like, I love Candace Owens. Candace Owens has been in my life or whatever. I think that in his mind, he's like, I'm being non-confrontational here, but it's like, okay, you start it like that, but then you said, I don't know if she's going crazy or what, dude. And it's like, I thought you said Candace. You know what I mean? You just said you don't know if she's going crazy. Like she's gonna like. How do you think she's going to take that? Of course, she's going to take it like you're attacking her, and for sure, her audience is going to take it like you're attacking her. And so, even before she's said a word, her audience is going to go get into and Alex's replies, and they're going to just light him up, dude. They're going to light him up every time he reads one of those. He gets mad at Candace, even though it's not even Candace that did it. It's like he feels like all the things that are being said to him, he feels like Candace is saying them, even though it's not her saying it. You know what I mean? And then so he escalates because he feels like now he's fighting back against something that he's not even. It's like an out of control fucking like train, right? Where it's like just everybody just calm the fuck down, man. That's what my entire point was. Like, why would anyone let a single person make them that upset at each other, especially if they have like a long-standing relationship? Like he's like, I've loved Candace for 10 years. It's like, so then why are you letting this one witness rile you up to where you're focusing this much negative energy in her direction? Like, you just state that you don't think that he's a credible witness, and just, you know what I mean? It's just fucking out of control, and I think it's dumb. You know what I mean? The way that it's gone down. But okay, let me get caught up on these super chats real quick. So I already did that one. Okay, there we go. Your content is great, and I love that you're always hyping your wife. I mean, thank you very much, and thank you for the super chat. She's tough not to hype, man. She is she's a fucking badass, dude. She is an absolute badass. And it looks like you are too, judging from that. But look at this is in your default picture, that is the pose of a badass bitch. Also, I will just state that as well. Caleb again, what's up, man? I can't believe I thought you were fucking seriously calling me compromised. What an idiot. Me and Misty Winston worked with Jimmy on Assange. Oh, yeah? Dude, listen. Oh, man. On Julian Assange, that's like, that guy is like the ultimate example of, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty open with the fact that my priorities tend to be protecting my family more than any other. Like there's literally nothing else that's more important than that to me. And so when I think about, going after like certain groups and people, I am very aware that poses risk, which is why generally speaking, I stick to things that are already publicly available information. And then I just talk about it. It's like someone else already put this out. I talk about it. I make jokes, or I don't, or I kind of like compile other things that are already publicly out there. And I've said, I'm like, dude, I would not like stuff that has never been seen by people that implicates like people like that. Oh, look at this, dude. If someone sent me some package and it was like bulletproof evidence that tied like Hillary Clinton to some like really serious crime, there's no fucking way I'm putting that out, dude. I'm scared. I'm afraid of them, dude. Like for real. Like they scare me. Like they scare me enough that I would not put that shit out because I would prioritize. I'd be like, I'm endangering my family by doing that. And it's like, Jimmy and and especially I don't know if Jimmy would actually, but fucking Julian Assange is the king of that. I mean, like that guy did not give a single, he lived for it. Is to like get dirt on the most powerful people and just fucking put it out. But he lived like a person who was aware that that's his life. Like if you guys have ever seen We Sell Secrets, that's the guy who made that is my favorite documentarian, Alex Gibney. Alex Gibney did the We Sell Secrets, and you just see like, I mean, I saw, fucking Julian Assange is like a flawed human being, but man, when it comes to that, he's got granite balls, dude. Granite balls. And he was just literally like, he was in a different city like every week, and he would all this tradecraft stuff. And these whistleblowers like them, Eric Snowden, they have to live with the consequences of the things that they've put out. I mean, like Snowden still can't even come, like isn't he in Russia? And like, I think like Assange lived in the Guatemalan, what do you call it? Oh my God, the embassy. He lived in the Guatemalan embassy for however many years. I think he was dating Pamela Anderson while he was there. But that's crazy. We should talk about that sometime. That's interesting. Kristen, thank you for the super chat. The person we have to thank for everyone fixating on Mitch Snow is a bad person instead of Mitch. Wait, instead of what Mitch saw as Valhalla VFT. Well, Valhalla. No. This is exactly what my point was. Like, this is exactly what my point was when I was talking about like how people were getting upset at different, like when I said like an open source investigation, what I'm talking about is like, there are lots of people who have access to information that other people do not have. Like, I don't know how much you know about Valhalla, but like, that's a really fucking serious guy. Like in the military space, in the like tier 1, these like special operators, like he's like, like he has like real access to stuff, and he's been involved in like really serious shit, really serious raids, all of that. And he never talks about it because he's just not, he lets people know enough to where people know that his credibility is bulletproof. So the reason why he was the one who came out with that stuff is because he can go and pull records that no one else can. Like, I'm not even sure. I think it sounded like he actually validated that Mitch was potentially a part of that unit that he mentioned. Dude, no one else is going to be able to get that, But, and also Valhalla has absolutely fucking zero tolerance for dudes that beat up women, like at all. Zero. Like if you're new to his channel and his content, then I understand you might not know that, but like, just go back, look at the stuff that he did with I don't even want to bring that up because that guy, I know this guy really well too. Like, or I don't know him super well, but he trains jiu-jitsu with us. But another one of the exposés that he did for some really bad behavior. I mean, like that's what he put out. It's just like that. He's like, look at what this fucking guy did. And he actually didn't even put the worst stuff out. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to like, if he pulls a report and has access to information that everybody else doesn't have, like why, I mean, if he's going to put it out, you know what I mean? And again, what I thought is, and he made very clear, no one that he was like, I'm not attacking Candace at all. I don't even understand. I still don't really understand how people interpret it that way. But in fairness, I intentionally completely shut off paying attention to that. Like that night, like I saw him do his live stream because I did a live stream about it earlier, and I could feel there was like a weird response to it, just like in my comments where I'm like, wait, what is going on? Why are people like, and I've already talked about this where I just was confused by the reaction. So I'm like, I'm just staying away from this fucking thing. And so I saw part of his stream and I saw the reaction, and then I just stopped watching it because I don't know. I like if I feel like I don't understand, if people are like super emotional about a topic and I feel like I don't fully understand why, usually I'll just avoid it, because I'm like, I don't want to set people off when I don't even really understand why. But Nate's for sure a good actor. Like, you can't get mad at a guy who gets mad at a guy for beating up women and children. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bottom line. He's good people. I know him personally. I promise he's good people. Yara, what's up, man? Quick MMA question. Do you agree with DC saying he'd wreck LW today in his prime? Oh man, I really want to answer this, but I don't. DC saying he'd wreck LW. Are you saying a lightweight? Does that mean lightweight? I'm trying to think. LW. I'll come back to that, dude. I'll come back to that. If you just super chat it again for fucking $2 just to make sure that I see it, because I'm going to lose it. I won't be able to find it. If I go back, I won't see it. But I want to answer your question. Just do another $2, and then I'll figure out a way to compromise, like, because I'm actually really curious what that question is too. And what's up, dog? To be fair, Tim P had an hour-long semantics argument with the Liquid Death CEO. Dude loves to be unhinged. I do think he's compromised though. Tim P. Tim Pool. That yeah. I mean, listen, like I said, I watched. Fuck, man. If Gabrielle was here, it'd be like, how often would you hear me listen to Tim Pool? Like Gabrielle has heard, I watched a lot of Tim Pool until very recently, only because, dude, he called Candace, he called her a cunt, man. That shit rubbed me wrong, dude. Like, I don't like that at all. I'm actually not sure I've watched since then. You know, I'm like, really, dude? That's I'm not going to pretend I've never called a girl that, but I keep that holstered. Fucking like if I throw that word at a girl, it's like, that is like I got some really negative feelings in that chick's direction. And I don't know. Like I was just like, and it felt inauthentic also. So I'm like, is he really taking money and then going out and fucking saying shit like that? But I don't know. Like I said, I mean, for years I watched it. I like, again, if I feel that kind of way, like I don't like make videos about like shitting on him or anything. I just kind of like avoid it. You know what I mean? I don't like it unless someone is like I like to fuck with people if they like really deserve it. But I feel weird going after people who I have affinity for. You know what I mean? And certainly I don't know for sure that he did anyway. Zachariah, thank you very much. Moved but lived by Six Blades, 620 Anderson Mill. Six Blades in Austin? Oh, Anderson Mill. That sounds familiar. Hang on. Let me see. So, I mean, because oh, yeah. Okay. Because there's a lot of, I'm trying to think how many Six Blades there are now in our area. Because there's Lake Travis. There's headquarters in Austin. They're opening a bee cave. And then there's going to be 2 more by the end of the year also, I think. Gianna Cardi, thank you for the super chat. Did you see Ted Cruz say, stop attacking? What? Did he really say that? Let me look that shit up. Ted Cruz, stop attacking. Let's stop. Oh my God. This is fucking real. I would have no. Okay, hang on. Let's watch this together. No, the answer is no. I had not seen this.
These are Dave's Fat Chickens. These saucy bites.
Let's just mute this until there's something substantial to watch. That is let me see. Oh, light heavyweight. Okay, that's different. And I'll come back to that right after this. Okay.
Said we should have five.
Okay, so this is only a 25 seconds clip though. But.
Alive. And tragically, this pattern keeps on happening. Now, Senator Booker also said we should have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement. How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles? I want you to look at what happened.
What? Where's the rest of that clip, dude? Did he mean to say that? Or was that like it sounded like he like misspoke. Because I can tell you right now, he's riding a dead horse, if that's his actual position. He's all, yeah, listen, can we all just come together and say, start taking it easy on people who victimize children? You're all, well, I'm sorry, go over that one more time. Come on, man. They can't help it. Just let them live their lives. You're all, no, definitely not going to do that. I think it's fair to say that the reason we want to is so everyone else can just live their lives and not worry about one of these sick fucks, taking the innocence or the life of one of their babies. I had not seen that. That's wild. I'll look into that afterwards to see. I have to at least, I have to assume that he didn't mean to say that because that's so fucking crazy. DC said he would wreck any light heavyweight, and yes, he would. So what we're talking him against Alex Pereira then. And I mean, Alex Pereira is a very, very different puzzle than anything that he faced, because Alex Pereira poses a very, very similar puzzle on the feet to John Jones, with one major difference. Alex Pereira's knockout power is absolutely thermonuclear compared to John Jones. John Jones, greatest fighter of all time, but not a single shot, one punch knockout threat in general. It's just not his style. Like, he's a break people down. He'll strangle you. He'll beat you wrestling. He'll beat you fucking grappling. He'll kick you from 100 yards away. He'll punch you from afar. But like, the one thing he didn't have, generally speaking, is just like a single punch that will knock you out. And Alex Pereira is, you can't let that guy touch you. Alex Pereira is a very tough matchup. However, if DC gets inside and is able to get him on the ground, he's going to be able to work him over real good. And, there's no one like DC at light heavyweight now. So we haven't seen anyone test Alex Pereira in that way. Now, Uncle Liev, I guess had half decent success against him in the first fight, but Pereira's like, yeah, I was sick. And then when he came back, he literally ran over Uncle Liev like he fucking did not exist. So yeah, I mean, Alex Pereira is the only pushback there. Thank you very much. 831, beautiful lady who gave me $5, did not ask a question. Thank you very much. He wrecked today's light heavyweights in his prime. Okay, yeah, we got that. Let me think about let me think about who else is in there. Again, thank you very much. Fuzzy Ball says $10. Thank you for the super chat. On December 23rd at 2:47 a.m., 11 transport planes left Venezuela. On those planes were 27 million ounces of silver, 98.8% of their reserves, as well as all of their mining and refining equipment. Is that fact? That's very interesting. All of their mining and refining equipment. So if that's true, let me think about that, dude. So all the Venezuelan silver went to Russia and China, but was previously spoken for by Samsung, Tesla, AT&T, and others. Okay, so let me just let me speak on this. I don't want to talk too much about Venezuela because I'll go down an absolute rabbit hole on it, but I don't think that people realize how big of a fucking deal this is. Like, I think people are kind of just like, oh, hey, we went in there and got him. And also I hear people I hear both sides of this thing where they're like, oh, got him, went in there, got him. And then I also hear people on the other side, oh, so we just like invaded and just took down another government. Unbelievable. It's like, this is not that, you guys. This is neither of these things. Like, this is one of the most bold and impactful strategic decisions that a president has made in a very long time. Like, everybody thinks that because there's no bombs dropping that we're not in a fight for our lives, and we are. And the reason for that is because China doesn't fight against us militarily. China's fighting economically, and they're fighting with other types of means, poisoning our culture, getting people to dislike America, fight against each other, all of that stuff. That's why I always try to, do this, because I know that's what they're doing. I fucking know it. They are probably doing it right now. Oh, Candace and, someone told Alex Jones that Candace is MI6. Okay. Like, someone he thinks is credible. Whoever that person is, I don't trust them at all. This is what that kind of thing is, exactly what real intelligence does. Anyway, neither here nor there. Okay. So Venezuela has the most oil reserves in the world. Okay. They have their mineral reserves are absolutely enormous. Okay. And in a nutshell, in case everybody has not been paying attention, first of all, on the rare minerals, we already know China has cornered the market to the tune of 95%, something like that. So they can just grip our balls. And the rare minerals thing, we're walking into this new world where AI is going to define the future of the world. And whoever is, has the most advanced AI is going to be in the position to be the most advanced country. It's interesting that if you, just start kind of lifting under the hood of what's important to who and what's going on. I mean, the reason that the Gaza thing is happening. The reason they're trying to get all that, they're trying to build like the biggest AI data center development thing ever in Gaza. Like they're openly saying this. Neither here nor there, or maybe it is. But the fucking day that we went in, I'm pretty sure it was either the day, I'm pretty sure it was that day. Earlier in the day, China had met with Maduro, right, to do some kind of deal. Apparently, someone reported back to the White House that Maduro had said something to the tune of like, oh, us and China, whatever. And that's just like strategically, that is unacceptable, because if like what China's trying to do is they're trying to make deals with them for energy, and they're trying to make it with BRICS, the BRICS countries, where you trade currency for oil and energy or whatever, and you do it in a different denomination than the US dollar. So if you get them taking the yuan and they control the Venezuelan, oil and then, mineral or whatever, natural resource market, that is fucking checkmate. I'm pretty sure. Like it's close enough to checkmate that like you hear that about Maduro, you already know that they're talking to China, which is why that's the real reason that we're doing whatever we're doing around Venezuela militarily, is we're like threatening them. It's like, don't fucking, dude, you're in our backyard. You can't do like, no. Okay. No, they apparently do it. And then that night it's like, nope, we're going to remove you. Now, one thing that I learned recently about the history between, like the Venezuelan government, did you guys know that Venezuelans, were paying 8 cents a gallon for gas because they nationalized the oil markets. And so it's the reason that it was so critical that they continue to have that is because the average income of a person in Venezuela is $8 a month, but they pay $8 for gas. So it's like the economy matched the income. And if they, you know what? Not even going to talk about the economics because I don't understand it well enough, and I don't like talking about shit I don't understand. What I do understand, though, is I do understand at least a high level the BRICS countries, the petrodollar, all of that stuff. Like the Venezuela deal, if they did that deal with the BRICS, if they joined BRICS or whatever, that is a level of threat that was unacceptable. So, like, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on how you look at the world. Like, are you comfortable with us, taking out a government and going and installing our own, if the real reason is because we're protecting our kind of superpower position in the world? Because for me, if what is on the other side of that deal is some kind of, economic catastrophe for every single person I know, that makes me pretty comfortable with whatever, as long as we're not like murdering babies or whatever, but at the same time, I'm not going to pretend to understand it well enough to have all of the angles, but that's what's really going on. Like that's, the idea that this is about like, oh, he had drugs on him, get the fuck out of here. That is, if anybody believes that, it's not true. This is absolutely over energy markets and over currency and over the future of the world in terms of who is going to control what. But yeah, like exactly. This kidnapping shows international law is fake. International law is one of those things that are like, yeah, I mean, Ukraine is that. Where Venezuela is in, it's in South America. Hold on. Like America thinks of like South, yeah, they're totally in our fucking backyard. I mean, compared to, at least in the way that like the United States, I think, thinks about the globe, their like sphere of influence. It's like, I don't know, like the world we live in, the fucking world we live in. And like to America, Venezuela is like right there. China's, China does, that's, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I'm glad I'm not the fucking president. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, the international law is fake. It's all of that stuff is nonsense, man. Alex can't wrestle, and Dak beat Rumble Johnson. Yeah, DC did beat Russell Johnson very easily. But Alex is like I don't know. I keep hearing that his jits is like really nasty. You just never find out. No one's been able to like take him down and like hold him there. But I mean, obviously DC is a monster. I don't know if he could do it right now though. He hasn't fought in years. I don't think he could make 205 right now. You know what I mean? Oh, what's up? Okay. Thank you for the super chat. I'm dumbass forgot to message on. Check out Professor Jing lecture on secret societies and the Pax Judica. Ukraine, Russia, Alvins, Epstein, understand the spirituality and all my. I will definitely do that. I'm gonna literally punch that in right now. The Pax Judaica. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out for sure. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. What else are we? Let me get caught up here to the regular chat here. Let me get to the bottom, and then I can kind of do this thing. Okay, so check this out. Oh man, okay, check this out because I wanted to watch. I haven't watched this yet, but this is the Cabot Phillips thing that got sent to me where apparently they pranked their sister that there was a zombie apocalypse after she got her wisdom teeth out. And I feel like I remember this kind of, but I haven't watched this again. Someone sent it to me today and it's Cabot Phillips that's in it. So this is the same guy who has pizza tattooed on the inside of his lip, which is so creepy, dude. Let's see.
Any final words, Millicent?
No.
Now she should not use a straw.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid using straws because of the.
Oh man.
If you aren't ready and write this out, we'll let you know.
The Center for Disease Control in Washington, D.C. has issued a viral outbreak warning. State and local officials have reported cases of
I have not seen this, by the way. This is like, I feel like I heard about this. I've definitely not seen this.
high fever, nausea, death, and even cannibalism. Stay in place until further notice.
What the heck? Did you?
What? When you're driving like a slug, you get to the house.
Hold on, Mom's calling.
It's just
Hey, did you just get that emergency alert? Yes?
You need to get home right now. I got notice from the emergency broadcast system. There's some sort of a weird virus outbreak that is not checked.
Okay, I'm pulling the driver right now.
We're not the U.S. Marines. I can't get it start going now.
Okay, there's Barry. He's got the Jeep.
Huh?
Don't move.
What?
This is fucked up, but genius.
Like cannibals? This is zombies. Police are coming or something, and
Yeah, it's literally all over the news.
trying to put Cabot, a garden hoe isn't what we want. We have guns. Why are you putting garden equipment
Alright, I'll go get the gun.
in the car?
You're gonna need to defend yourself. I can't be with you the whole time, okay? Look, this is how you use it. Safety's right here. Pull this. Try. I need you to see you do it, okay? You gotta hold it up. If anything comes, hold the weapon. Hold it up. No, hold it up. Hold it up, okay? You got it? Okay, I'll be right back.
What is this supposed to do for me? Give me a knife. How am I supposed to defend myself? That's
Also, we can only take one pet. Which pet? The cat or the dog?
the cat, you
Okay.
idiot!
Okay.
No!
What do we do with the dog?
He's the worst. He's already dying. Just leave him. Get the cat.
Okay, I'll get the cat.
Please.
Mom said we're leaving the dog.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Dad said that since he's in Las Vegas, that he's close to Mexico and he wants us to meet him in Mexico. How good is your Spanish still from high school?
Oh my God.
I can say pants.
Millicent, we can only take Funfetti or chocolate cake. Which one do we take? Funfetti? Do you want Funfetti or chocolate?
Why would you
Which? No, Millicent, this is important. This will be what we're living off of. Which one? Funfetti, chocolate. Do you think Costco, should we go to Costco first?
No, it's gonna be a bloodbath in there.
She's probably right. She's probably right. Millicent, what about Mexico?
You understand
Millicent, what
this?
about...
You guys think this is fake? I don't think it's fake, man. I don't think that's fake. She looks fucked up like she got her. I mean, like, this is insane. They did this to her. Oh,
Millicent, you know where we're gonna go? We're gonna go back home, and you're gonna get in bed, and you're gonna sleep for the next couple hours, because there's no zombie apocalypse. All right, we're gonna go let you get in bed. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We love you. We love you. I'm gonna turn this off.
Oh my God, that is fucking diabolical that they did that, dude. That is bananas, dude. That is so. Dude, listen, let me just say, after watching that, I really hope that he's just like a weirdo prankster that got pizza tattooed on his inside lip, as opposed to the alternative. You know, that is that is insane, dude. That's hilarious. Okay, hang on. So, okay, Steve, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Hey, bro, I got two boys that are powerless, just 16, 17-year-old. Both are crazy strong. How can I convince them to train for cardio? Dude, jujitsu. That's the best way to train for cardio because you have no choice. Like, I hate running, dude. I hated road work when I was doing kickboxing. I hated it. Jiu-jitsu, you have no choice, especially because when you first start, you suck balls. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So like you have no, like if you don't fight through your pain threshold of cardio, you have no choice. You have no choice. Someone is literally trying to strangle you or break your arm or what. I mean, you know, they're not going to break your arm in the academy unless they're fucking psychos. But like, you don't have a choice. You hit your max cardio limit every time and you have to fight through it because you don't have a choice. Because someone's like, it's the best cardio in the world because it's, you know, it's like, oh, I need a personal trainer to push me on the, push me on the, on the treadmill. It's like, well, him yelling at you, which do you think would be like more motivating? Him yelling at you from the side or him having him trying to slide his wrist underneath your chin so he can strangle you if you don't fight him off. You know what I mean? That's what I would suggest. And you can just tell him like, look, dude, you simultaneously get great cardio and then you learn how to be the person sliding the hand under the chin instead of the person getting their hand slid under the chin, Yeah, dude, J-Rod, yes, I did. Which J-Rod? Oh, Sergeant J-Rod, not Jiu-Jitsu J-Rod. But hey, thank you for the super chat, good sir. And yes, I did notice that. I actually thought that the first picture I saw of Maduro after they got him, I'm like, did someone I knew that he kind of looked like him, but especially in that picture after they got him, I'm like, that's fucking Saddam. I thought that they photoshopped Saddam in. Kenny, what's up, dude? Kenny T OG is one of my fucking OGs, dude. Thank you, dog. Okay, I see that video is fucking crazy that they actually did that. I can't believe they actually did it. Like, that's like the kind of thing that you think of it as like, okay, no one's actually going to fucking do it. But, okay, check this out. So on the other thing I wanted to just touch on super quick is the fact that there was a transcript that got released from the, what do you call it? I saw in the chat, people were like, he didn't mean to say that. And I was like, what were they talking about? I assume you guys meant Ted Cruz, right? Because I was trying to get caught up and I saw them say that. I was like, I thought you guys were talking about me. And I'm like, what did I say? And I just saw that. I assume that's what you guys meant, right? The Ted Cruz thing. Jesse's short. He's actually an elf. What I can tell you is it's easy to see how tall I am now because I am in all these videos with Heavy Duty Country. Heavy Duty Country is fucking huge. He's 6'4" easy. He's a big boy, dude. Like to silence the trolls. I see that sometimes. Like, I'm like, I look, I'm like, I don't see like that many in there. I mean, I'm sure. Where's Mitch's confession? This is a live stream. We've been on for an hour. It's right here. Spoiler. Mitch says his father was the Zodiac Killer. This is real. This is Mitch from December 3rd. December 1st. And he tells a very long story on X in response to the Zodiac Killer post. And he says that his dad is the actual Zodiac Killer. So do with that what you will. Okay, so on this, this is a transcript though from the Tyler Robinson case. Here's what I thought was really interesting. Okay. So check this out. So when they're talking about what's going to be shown in the like in the trial, and I should have this found already, but hang on, let me find this thing. Or video, it's the videos. Okay, so wait, where is that, dude? Is this not the right one? Did I pull up the wrong one? No, this is December 30th. Because in the or maybe they actually have to pull up the actual transcript. It looks like I do. Whatever. I'll just tell you guys what it says. What it says in the transcript is that they're going to be showing a ton of videos from the campus. Like they say, they basically lay out that they have the shooter's movements mapped from the day before. Like they say that they're going to show a person the day before, all of their movements on the campus, in addition to everything they did that day. They actually said that they're going to show from that day, and then they're going to work backwards, and including videos from the previous day. So that, and they're going to, like, all of this is going to be public. I am very excited to see that because like, I feel like the FBI complaining about the fact that people did like public investigations, if it turns out that they had fucking videos of the entire thing and they chose not to release any of them, it's like, okay, you're fucking complaining about that. You know, like my hypothesis has basically never changed. I've never wavered on what I thought happened here because I hadn't seen anything compelling enough to move me away from the fact that I think that it was a conspiracy among a very large group of people, right, who are directly connected to Tyler Robinson. And I think, you know, they're the ones who are like posting all over the fucking internet that this is going to happen. Again, I'm open to anything. Like, I'm completely open to anything. The more I look into TPUSA, the more I look into Erica Kirk, I'm like, Jesus, it's totally possible. I mean, it's possible. But like, if you're like, Jesse, what do you think happened? That has been where I have focused my energy. But it's like, if you had videos of the person who went up on the roof and took the shot and all of that, if that really exists, like, why would you not show that? Why would you show a video of the guy jumping off the roof, but not show him getting on the roof, taking the shot? That's why it's so suspicious. It's so fucking shady to me, all of it, dude. And I'll tell you this. 30-06, yeah, right. Okay? Yeah, right. In case you guys didn't see that, we can take a look at the results from me and Heavy Duty Country shooting the 30-06 frange rounds into meat, which we did. Hang on for a second. So Heavy Duty Country. Oh, there it is. Heavy Duty Armory. You guys got to go follow this, his new channel, dude. Or not his new channel, but like, this is his other channel that, yeah, it's on all of them. So so we did the frange rounds. I paid $12 per round for these 30-06 frangible rounds that we shot at Turkey's. Check it.
Guess what this is? The only frangible 30-06 rounds on the internet. You're looking at them right here.
So I do want to thank a couple of you.
So there you go. That's how tall I am. Heavy Duty Country 6'4", and I am whatever that is next to gigantic 6'4". He's way bigger than me. He's fucking huge.
It's actually this really good looking blonde that told me her dad had some.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So shout out to her and your dad. But anyways, here, let me see one of these. Just get it up close here. So, okay, folks, so that's what we're shooting. Okay. So frangible 30-06, they're very hard to find. Almost impossible. How much were these per round?
These were $12 a round. And actually, a couple interesting notes about these. These are from 1945 stockpiles. The only reason that is actually extremely notable is because the whole story from the FBI is that Tyler Robinson shot a 1945, his grandpa's Mauser or whatever. So it's like, it is not 100% impossible that he also had these frangible bullets from 1945, and he's such a stupid that he didn't realize that they were from 1945 and he shot them anyway.
I just don't. I personally don't believe these.
Today, Junior.
Even having these rounds, like this isn't like we're not practicing CQB here. Somebody having these is stupid. It's dumb unless you're a collector.
That's what
right?
that's what these are, collectors. Yeah.
Yeah. So big shout out to Jesse. What do you think, dude?
I don't know, man. I mean,
why don't we show them what we're shooting here?
There's definitely no way.
Well, we'll find out.
So last time we shot pork, bone, a whole bunch of stuff. We tried to be as realistic as we can. This is Jesse, my little brother.
What's up? Yeah. That's a fucking direct hit.
Dude, listen. That's a fucking good shot. That 140 yards, dude, with that's like a super cheap ass scope. I bought the entire setup for $480. The 30-06 rifle, with the scope included, and a box of like rounds. And he hit that fucking steel dead center from a $140. That's a tough shot that he made right there. Very impressive.
Man, are we getting the picture? And this isn't some like store bought. I went to a fucking welding shop to get this. This is legit steel made for shooting rounds. The neck is separated. So I got a hickory smoked, not that the flavor, try not to cuss, dude.
Oh, well,
dude. Sorry, I missed one of these. I apologize. Redcon, thank you for the super chat. They won't be showing any 30-06 hitting CK. I've spent years hunting humans in the sandboxes. Hello, Jay. Those frange rounds can get up to $20 per round. They are more of a collector. Yeah, that's exactly like I had to go to a collector site in order to get them. They only had 6 available, and I got all 6 of them. Thank you for the super chat, good sir. Brother, what happened to your right trap? I'm guessing old injury. It's actually my left trap. It's this one. It's actually fucking both of them, dude. Honestly, I can't make this side go. People have been telling me that for years. They're like, make it go down. I'm like, I can't, dude. I literally can't. It's been like that for years, for a decade almost. But yes, probably an old injury. I was smashed into things and smashed many, many, many times, and I get tension headaches on that side still. Thank you, Mr. Urethol. Sorry, guys. Let's rock this.
Mess that up right out of the gate then.
We are shooting hickory smoked young turkeys, but they're a lot thicker than a neck, a lot of bone. And we're going to put a concrete block behind it. You want to grab one of those cinder blocks from down there? Just try to get one that's halfway doable.
I watched Trigger Smart's 223 frange video literally 20 minutes ago, and even the 223 frangible went straight through a roast that was a perfect mimic of
it's a decent amount of meat. God,
that's way more meat than anybody here's neck.
God, the pork is still on. I got a fucking spider on my sunglasses.
Oh, let me see it, dude.
This dude goes, I found a spider. I brought him in the house, and he's a pet now. Just weird. That's perfect, dude.
Huh? This is exactly the distance.
Here we go.
So on that shot, I thought at first glance, he missed because I saw it hit, 20, 30 yards behind the turkey and the block, instantly. And it was straight behind it. So I'm like, oh, that's got to be a miss. But it went through it so easily that apparently when it hit the cinder block, it must have, broken up. And I don't know, because it was there was so much, so much of the, what do you call it? I don't know, whatever pieces of the fucking round that it just dispersed all, but straight through it instantaneously. It was not held up by the meat or the cinder block at all.
Oh my God.
That was half the sound of the big one. That was weird, dude.
Oh my God, it went all the way through. It went all the way through and it hit that.
Oh my God. straight through.
Holy shit. So it went through and it broke. Look at that, dude. Straight through that bone.
I saw it hit the grass back there like it, like it was like not even impinged by anything.
The way that round sounded, it sounded, I thought I shot an airsoft gun.
It really was shockingly quiet compared to the regular 30-06. It sounded like a different caliber. It's like that whatever had happened sitting on the shelf for 80 years, the powder was definitely not as strong or something.
It sounded like there was 50% power. These
Holy cow.
I mean, these rounds are 80 something years old.
I think it's fair to say, I don't believe he had frangible rounds. And if he did, it went through. It's a lot of meat.
Let me add something onto that.
Yeah, add it.
A
dude.
person who would be good enough to make the shots that we just made would know better than to use ammunition from 1945 to assassinate somebody. You can't have it both ways, dude.
It doesn't make the biggest argument for if anybody has any knowledge of a gun and really ballistics in general, rounds whatsoever.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
That didn't make any sense, dude.
None. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway, even if he did, dude.
Anyways, here's what I was trying to say.
Oh, that didn't.
More gun.
It's old war gun. What was I trying to say, dude?
Anybody who knows anything about ballistics?
Oh, yeah. So he had shot guns before. I can't talk with this thing. He had shot guns before. He probably had a little bit of knowledge as far as what different rounds did what, right? So if you're planning on shooting somebody, which don't do that.
Definitely don't
do that. Especially at a big event, your guess would be that Charlie's wearing body armor. So a frangible round, one that you've probably never seen before, one that does not look that great, one that probably had broken tips on it, like ours did.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't just like have these in a case somewhere if he did have them. They were probably thrown in somewhere and he grabbed them. But at the same time, if he grabbed a frangible 30-06 round, let's say he had 308 in there too. If you're grabbing a frangible 30-06, chances are you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
That's the only thing is like they do, or at least the ones we had a green tip on the end to where, again, you would have to be such a fucking numbskull to use that ammunition if you're going to commit a crime like this, that I don't think that they would think through, oh, they might be wearing body armor, but if they're that stupid to grab the ammunition, they're about to commit a murder and they haven't even like thought about, there's no way they're making that shot. That shot is like, you have to be at least like a competent shooter to make that shot with that much noise around. You know, it's like, it's not like a super challenging shot for someone who knows how to shoot. But I mean, when you're actually up there, if you're a person who, you know, you got nothing distracting you at all, there's hundreds of people in between them. There's all kinds of shit going on. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Chances are you would grab a 308 the next time and think it's the same round. That is crazy how quiet that is, dude.
That's a hit, though.
It's still going through it.
Yeah, right through.
Straight through, again, totally different hole.
And then this steel right here, I'm going to be shooting at this steel in a second for like to compare the sound. This is the steel that I was shooting at from the same distance.
Through bone.
Dude,
the cinder block.
You know what's fucking weird though? I can't not say this. This looks like an awful lot like Charlie's neck. I'm not saying he got shot from the back, but like this sure as fuck doesn't.
And the bone in here?
But I'm saying the entrance, I know a 30-06 goes straight through his fucking neck for sure.
We could eat this. What do you think?
I'm not seriously entertaining that he got shot from behind again, but I don't know, man. Like the exit looked pretty similar to what we saw on that video. Okay, here. Then we shot the bone too.
Oh, then we'll go through that.
All right, you guys. Here we are. We're going through bone. Why are you pointing it like that?
What are you talking about?
I rage bait him a lot.
Got him.
Okay. So, guys, what we're going to do here is we're going to show you a regular 30-06 that's not from 1940, whatever the just so you can hear the difference in sound.
So you want me to put one at the dirt near the steel?
I would say, yeah.
Is
Let's not waste anything. You say something?
I'll shoot like 10 yards short.
Just shoot the steel.
Shoot the steel?
Yeah.
All right.
So way different. So that's got to be the gunpowder.
Yeah. Did we shot the 30? Oh no, yeah, never mind. We shot that steel with 30-06. I was just making sure that can take it.
Oh, she can take it.
Yeah. She can take it, dude.
Take me out, dude.
So yeah, that's what it is, dude. Like the Franz rounds don't make any sense. I don't know, man. None of it makes any sense. The Storm Surge, what's up, man? Have I heard of the Hampstead cover-up? I actually pulled that up right now. Debunked series of false allegations of satanic child sex abuse rings in North London that gained traction online in 2014. Cover-up conspiracy promoted by the... Listen, what I will tell you is that if what people are taking out of the UK is like they found like the one supposed fake one, is I don't like if anybody wants to get into like, you know, if they start off like there's this whole premise of Pizzagate's ridiculous. I'm like, okay, give me 6 minutes of your time and I'll just send you this one single documentary of Motley Buddhas and I'll just be like, just watch the last 6 minutes. Watch that and then go do all the research, verify all of that information is true. And then it's like, now let's revisit whether or not the world is run by a bunch of, you know, satanic pedophiles. Because like that country, that's fucking, that conversation's over. Like they're all dead now. So there's nothing you can do about it, but it's not even up for debate. I will actually just show it one day and I'll just say that this, like, I'll put it on a stream and I'll say like, this is not monetized. This is whatever. I'll self-rate it as, you know, not okay. Cause like, whatever. But yeah, I'll look into it though. I don't know that offhand. Professor Jing says, Sabatin Frankus PDFs run Israel. Oh, dude, I've heard the Frankus thing before. I haven't looked into it. I'll look into it. Thank you for the super chat. Greg Schuster, what's up, man? At the sheriff's office, we traded out ammo every 6 months because time affects the powder. Oh, 80 years. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you for that is really good information. Fuck, I need to fucking swap out my some of my like self-defense rounds. I've had the same civil defense like Liberty civil defense rounds easy 2 years, in probably more than that actually in some of them. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I should definitely swap those out. Thank you for that, Schuster, my man. Mr. Youthall, they sow chaos, war, death to bring Messiah. Dude, there's you are not going to be at a loss of people coming with those receipts in the near future with like Peter Thiel and all that. JD, what's up, dog? I appreciate you, dude. Everybody say what's up to JD Delay. Go follow his channel. If you want to like leave this stupid channel and actually go watch somebody who has some fucking talent, JD Delay is going to be a good bet for you. I don't think the tip's supposed to be green, bro. Yeah. It's funny, like, yeah, those Franz rounds looked like green tip, you know, like green tip. I mean, kind of, because like they like are, you know, there was like two of them that were pretty pristine, and the other ones had like the end was like chipped off. It almost looked like a crayon or something, or like a pencil that had been chipped a little bit. Candace covered this 1 year ago, more occult research. Oh, okay. Dude, if you have the episode that she covered that, would you email it to me? That would be amazing. RealJesseOnFire@gmail. Indie Ballistic official story implies couple. Yeah. Wait, Indie Ballistic. Oh, wait, hang on. So, okay, let me just make sure I understand. You're saying that even if the ballistics don't match, doesn't necessarily mean that the official story implies a cover-up, I think is what you're saying. Honestly, I don't really know what to make of any of it. Honestly, I don't. Like, I really don't. The 30-06 story is like that, to me, is a massive problem for them, because ultimately at the end of the day, here is where I'll always come back to and just go, okay, explain this. Okay, aside from the fact that a 30-06 ballistically is going to just shred Charlie's neck, most likely. Let's say most likely. Okay, just forget about that. Put it to the side. The official story is that the mother saw the picture of the suspect and supposedly was like, "That's Tyler." Everybody's seen that picture. They're like, and even the woman who lived next door, who had known him for 16, 18, 20 years, they're like, would you have known that was Tyler? She's like, no. Okay, cool. Well, you could say like, okay, but it's his mom. Fine, right? That's fair. But they said also that the father saw the picture of the rifle and reached out to Tyler and said, send me a photo of your grandfather's rifle, because it like apparently looked like the one in the photo, except that months later it got proven that photo was a stock photo and that wasn't even the actual rifle, right? So they put that out and they're like a 30-06 in the park, and it turned out that picture was not the rifle that they recovered. So, and no, everyone just kind of breezed over that, but it's like, okay, but you guys understand it. In the story, supposedly the father saw that picture and said, hey, that's my grandfather's gun. And then was calling Tyler like, I want to see a picture of your grandfather's gun. Show me that you have your grandfather's gun. And he was ducking his calls, in the text message. Just want you to let you know, babe, I did this by myself and no one else knows, especially not you or any of our violent tranny friends that are at the fucking event cheering in my direction after I did this shot. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Redcon, thank you again, dude. As a security protocol, I couldn't sign off on any client where CK was that day. Buildings unmanned and etc. There's no way to properly protect anyone. Carelessness or suspect. I still struggle with that. Totally agree with. Well, I mean, again, I'm not like a security expert, but it is. I mean, that area is a fucking kill box. You know what I mean? Like the place. I mean, you don't need to have a a doctorate in like tactics. Like to know that. Look at this area. It is literally, you are on you're at the bottom of nothing but elevated positions that they don't have even surveillance on, much less a person who could intervene if someone was setting up to take a shot. They, for whatever reason, there's a million drones, but none of them are being, handled by the security team. And I don't know. I mean, it's like the Butler one. The Butler one, I don't know, man. There's like the Butler one, no one can convince me that there is not collaboration with oh, wait, you're telling me the Secret Service, the very first time that they had counter snipers along the, with the Trump campaign was that event. They never had counter snipers there ever before. I literally saw the head of the Secret Service on television admit that was the very first time that they had counter snipers on their team. So I just want to make sure I understand. You're so fucking understaffed that you have like secretaries that have never done anything there. You give them a gun and a jacket and you're like, you're on his detail now. That's how undermanned you are. But at the same time, you somehow figured out how to tap resources to get a fucking counter sniper there who blows the head off of the shooter, and thus no one can talk to him afterwards. And at the same time, CNN is live streaming the event for the first time ever. They've never live streamed a single one of his events. And then you also have that woman back behind the behind Trump when after the shot was taken. She gets down. There's an active shooter. This is also not like the Charlie Kirk situation where one shot's taken. You got a shot, then you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're in the crowd, you're fucking terrified. You're a civilian at a public open event and someone's shooting. You got someone that got hit behind you, so you know that there's going to be the associated sounds of people who just watch someone get their fucking head blown off. And then you also, the president's hit and you have the Secret Service down. You're going to be terrified and you are going to be behaving as a person who is afraid for their life. But somehow, whoever that woman was in the front row was not afraid at all. And she stands up instantly and has her phone out and she's immediately filming what's going on. To me, screamed between that fact and the fact that CNN was live streaming, screamed to me, we're not only killing this guy, we need to kill his image, we need to kill his movement, and we need all of them to see him fucking die. They need to know he's dead. So we need to have CNN stream it, put this person there, put this person there. Make sure that you get it on video so that all these motherfuckers that are trying to overthrow our apple cart that we've had going on here, they need to see him dead, head, canoed. I really believe that's exactly what they were doing, and that's exactly why, And when it comes to the Charlie Kirk one, my instincts are not that, it could be it absolutely could be exactly what, what other people have been saying all, it's like, oh, it's because of this, and the security team could have been in on it. And could the exploding mic, I have people whose opinions I absolutely respect are on the exploding mic and all that. And I'm not saying it's not that. I'm just literally purely saying my own instincts. I just laid out exactly how I felt about Butler from the very beginning, and every single fact that I learned only solidified my position. And on this one, I've just never had that feeling. I've never had the same feeling that I did about Butler, to where you could easily explain it as lazy ass security work because they're going to fucking college campuses and they've been doing this for years. They've never had so much as a fucking student come up and even try to hit Charlie, and they're just chilling. They're like, all right, no, whatever. And they're just lackadaisical. Could be that. Also could be exactly what people are laying out. They could have just been intentionally lackadaisical because they knew. I have no idea. You know what I mean? Thank you for the super chat again. True World, thank you for the super chat. Subject with Mr. Let Go bad mouthing Nate about Mitch Snow. I don't know. I intentionally didn't watch any of it, dude. Literally none of it, because I didn't want to get into it with people. And I knew if people were talking shit about Nate, it was going to piss me off and I was going to get into it. So I intentionally didn't watch it. And I fundamentally did not understand the reaction to it. So I was like, I'm just staying the fuck out of this, And then the only reason I even got involved was not to argue about Mitch Snow, specifically to argue, or not argue, but just kind of ask everybody, why is everybody attacking each other? I don't understand. There's no reason anybody should be upset at each other. That everybody should just relax. Unless one of the creators has said something negative specifically about you, other creator, there's no reason that people should be getting mad at other creators because their opinion is different than theirs. You know what I mean? It's okay, I understand if this person's mad at this person because this person said fuck you about that person, or this guy's a fed, or fucking whatever. Of course, but you're not, that's not being mad over Mitch Snow. That's just that person called me a name and I'm like, fuck that guy, but if people are oh, this person thinks that this guy's not telling the truth, fuck that guy. You're all, what are you talking about? You don't know for sure he's telling the truth. And other person, they're he thinks that guy is credible. It's listen, you can lay your case. I don't think he's credible, but you don't know for sure. So there's no reason to get mad at each other over opinions. If you know what I mean, that makes sense. That's why I was staying out of it, because I didn't want to have to get involved where he's fucking my boy. So then now I have to get in this stupid fight that he was, and Nate was avoiding it also. So I'm not going to get into it, Gary Post, thank you for Izali, thank you for the super chats. Gary Post was a Zodiac Killer. He lives in Groveland, California, near Yosemite. I knew him, and many who also knew him and agree. Jesus Christ. So fucking everybody knows who the Zodiac Killer is now, and this guy died without going to jail. I mean, listen, I don't know who that is, but if that is the guy that I've read about or seen, I feel like I've seen documentaries. Is that the guy that had the relationship with that family? And then ultimately that family decided that they were I watched a documentary about a guy and the family like hung out with them all the time. And if it's that guy, then I have seen a lot of that stuff, and it's pretty compelling. Brian Bless, thank you for the super chat, good sir. Happy New Year, JOF and community. From all of us here, Team Bless. Let's fucking go. Here's to a fire 2026, baby. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you guys. And by the way, within the very short near future, I'm going to be putting up a community where we can all be, and we can literally like I'm finally fucking doing a Discord, and we're all going to be able to rap out, and you'll have direct access to me all the time. Because honestly, aside from the fact that it'll be super fun, but also like my inbox is absolutely out of control, and I want to be able to talk to people. And once my email got so out of hand, I can't respond to everybody. And so it'll be much better to have everybody in one place. I'll give you, you'll get early access to videos. I'll do exclusives. I'll be able to talk to you guys all throughout, and I'll be able to respond all at once. So like, it's going to be good. JOF, need to hit up Dr. Hightower regarding your traps. Dude, no shit. Honestly, I hadn't even thought. I'm terrible about that. I'm married to a fucking acupuncturist. Like I'm married to an acupuncturist, and I talk to Dr. Hightower all the time. Bo Hightower's a stud. I do need to hit him up, man. His treatments look like I know they're good because they look like you earn it. Like you earn that treatment, man. He does stuff where you see like tough ass dudes just like, oh my God, he turns them into girls, man. He's awesome. Jimmy Dean, saying Indie Ballistic doesn't equal official story. It's done. This implies cover. Oh, got it. The official story is fake news. Okay, got it. Yeah. I mean, if they can't explain, if the frangible rounds don't explain how there's no exit wound and you also don't have a recovered round or whatever. I mean, to be honest, dude, if like during the trial, like imagine if during the trial they're like, here is the round that came out of his body. It's like a fully intact 30-06. We're all, what? And then they show the autopsy. They're all, yeah, it hit the spine and just stopped. And you're like, I thought there was no recovered round. There's like, oh no, just every single thing that anyone's told you has been just completely fucking wrong. Schuster, what's up, dude? Thank you again. Bro, I'm telling you that it was Brigitte. That was my day one call, and I stand by it. Eyewitnesses report that she was sitting down and saying, oh, my balls. Oh, man. Dude, I love you. Remember all my fucking jokes, dude. Within minutes of the shooting. Oh, my fucking balls. That was fucking funny, dude. If you guys have never seen Brigitte Macron, like walking, or even better, like walking and then sitting down, listen, it's like, yikes. That is, that thing does not move like a lady. Jojo Jers, thank you again very much. Very generous. I appreciate you. Thank you. And Chris says, Brian Cole's being set up by feds. Please look into it. Brian Cole's being set up by feds. Okay, hang on. Brian Cole. Are we talking about? Oh, yeah, the pipe bomb guy. Yeah, dude. I don't know why. Like, honestly, when that first happened, I feel like I was like deep in another story because I don't fucking buy this shit at all. Like, at all. It's really like, it's like they identified that, they implied, or they said that they had identified that woman, Capitol Police. They're like, oh yeah, it's her. It's this one because of this and this. And you look and it's like, oh wow. And then literally all of a sudden, fucking 5 seconds later, they're all, we got him. Finally, we were able to find out who did it. And it's this person. And yes, they do have a mental defect, and they happen to have, some kind of issue where they're not able to speak publicly ever or defend themselves. It's like this. Yeah, that shit screams Fed bullshit to me. I don't know what, like, here's the real question though. Okay. The FBI are the ones that charged this guy, right? Like, this is the FBI, federal prosecutors. Yeah. Like, why are, I don't like to make accusations, but I would just say the following. Mike Glover said that the people coming out of the top of the intelligence agencies, the DNI, not necessarily Tulsi, but very close, are telling people that, cash is compromised. Their words, according to Mike Glover. And then you look at a thing like this, that like, I feel like we know enough about the pipe bomber thing that the idea that they just now found some fucking rando dude that did it, and it happens to come a week after a very public, accusation at a Capitol Police, who now works at the fucking CIA, by the way. I'm pretty sure that chick that they talked about having done it, when she was Capitol Police, is now with CIA. It's like, well, if it's not what it appears to be, you certainly are doing a good job of making it look like it's that, Dawson, thank you for the super chat. What do you think about the flag getting lowered with those photographers getting ushered for that iconic pic with Trump raising his fist? What do I think about the flag getting lowered with those photographers getting ushered for that iconic pic? I don't know about that, dude. I know that iconic pic of Trump raising that fist is one of the most fucking gangster ass things ever. Like one of the most it would I know everybody's all, people are really caught up in, a lot of stuff that's currently going on with the, Epstein files and, all this, are we going to go to Iran, all this, whatever, it feels to me very much like, and I'm not saying that these are not very serious things. Like the Epstein thing is super fucking serious. And obviously us participating or contributing to any kind of, murder of innocent people is a huge fucking deal. But when it comes to trying to explain to somebody that moment, try to explain it to a 30-year-old 30 years from now, it's going to be tough to really explain what was at play at that time, where you're like, you don't fucking get it, man. The whole world was at stake in this election because they locked us in our fucking homes for multiple years. They literally tested us to see what we would allow to happen, and we failed. Like what they had hoped would happen is exactly what happened. Like no one fought back. Everyone just was kind of like, if anybody talked shit online, they just fucking zapped them, dude. They were gone. If they, they made us put face masks on our children. There was no science for it. They literally just kept on pushing and pushing, and everybody kept on failing and failing and failing. They took away our jobs. I got fired from my job for not, taking a shot that had no long-term testing. Like everyone had failed. If we lost that fucking election, they had the table set to just swallow any idea that humans in the West are entitled to freedom of any kind. I really believe that's what would have happened. And I think actually most importantly, that's for sure what would have happened if they had killed Trump and Butler. Like that would, like the movement of people who were fighting back against that was so heavily tied to him because he's so fucking crazy and he is so stubborn that through all of the shit that they threw at him, he just kept on walking forwards. Like no matter what they did, he just kept walking through it. No matter what, they charge him with crimes. They charge him with this. They accuse him of this. They have the entire mainstream media doing it. Like it's like, all the way, they try to keep him out of the election. They say that they tried to overthrow the government, all of this, all in an effort to take him off social media and make it to where he can't run. He just won't give up no matter what they do. They fucking convict him of 34 felonies. He says, fuck you. I don't care. He just keeps moving. He's the most stubborn person on planet Earth. The only person I've ever seen who is as fucking hard-headed as him is maybe Candace, dude. And they're like, that personality trait is the only reason that we had any fucking hope of beating these guys, dude. Like they had their hands around our fucking necks and they tried to win that war that day and they fucking missed. Trump got shot and he survived and he fucking stood up, and people don't get it, dude. They won't ever get it. If people now who lived through that still don't understand, then I don't know. I don't know. You see the world through your own eyes. Like, I know exactly what was at play there. That's why I'm so confident that I'm right about them being like, CNN needs to stream this. That chick back there, we need this to go viral. They need to fucking see it. They need to see their guy dead, murdered, dead. This is over. All of you. We need to see that they need to understand it's over. We'll break their spirit. This whole movement will die right there. That's exactly what they were trying to do, in my opinion. Anyway, yeah, Jesse, she knew at Butler, everyone there. Yes, she knew at Butler, everyone there knew staged. Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah. I don't think I have anything better to add, but we obviously agree. So, and Libby McClure says, thank you for the super chat. Have you told us the crazy story yet? Did I did I somehow miss it? When can you? Not yet. No, I have not, but I will someday at some point after we agree on our story. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much for the super chat. Another pretty girl, you guys. See, all you have to do is just be nice and talk about how awesome your wife is. And all the ladies are like, now we know he's not a scumbag. It's like, I'm not. And, that's like step one with like pretty girls are like, I like him, but is he a scumbag? It's like, nope. They're like, all right, well, then we can chat. That's the first hurdle to get over because so many dudes are scumbags. Dawson, thank you for the super chat. You got to look up the vid with the flag getting lower. Dude, I don't know what. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can figure this out, dude. Flag lowered with the. Okay, so flag lowered. Trump Butler photographers. Dude, I have no idea what we're talking about, man. You're talking about from with those photographers getting ushered for that icon. I'm trying to find it, but I don't see it. Like, I don't see anything even like, I don't see anything that's like recent that matches that. Swendiga. Oh, and Barrett. Dude, that guy fucking streams, man. Like, I feel like he does streams that are like crazy long sometimes. And like, that's like his channel is like live streams, huh? Dude, he's got 19,000 people watching. Good for him, man. I noticed that the other day, like that he had fucking 37,000 people watching. I was like, Jesus. I don't know what that's about. What I can tell you is I have never in my entire career seen someone with 145,000 subscribers doing numbers like that, like lives of 19,000 concurrents with 145. I've never seen that. Not even close. But man, good for him. Yeah, like 3 hours, 2 hours, 40 minutes, 3 hours, 3 hours. Does he do them every day? So wait, so he does one yesterday, one 3 days ago, 6 days. Yeah, good for him, dude. It's a fucking great feeling when you make it. Like when you know that it worked, like it worked. Good for him. This channel blew up over Butler, Pennsylvania. Just compromise. Yeah. Just compromise confirmed. I know the flag that he's talking about. It's super sketch. I'm pro 40. Oh. Are you saying, okay. So you're saying that there's a video of Trump pumping his fist that looks like the whole thing's staged. Is that what you guys are saying? Okay. Now, actually, I know that's what you're saying. I didn't understand what you were talking about before. Okay, hang on. So Trump Butler staged. Let me see. All right, Reddit seems like a very good way to find out. Let's go. Let's hit Reddit, dude. I don't see it, dude. If someone emails it to me, well, I got to jump off like right now, anyways. In a second. You just sent it to me. Okay, hang on. Let me look. Let me look, because I am always very skeptical of those videos, unless, especially now, dude. Now you like it used to just be like, oh, it's like selectively edited. Now it's just like, oh, is that AI or okay, I got it. Okay, hang on. Let me pull it up for you guys. Okay, let me get this out of there, and then let me see how to do this. Okay, so window. Okay, here we go. All right. I am unmoved by that. That's like, that just, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't look like anything to me. I mean, I don't know. That to me, like, and this is very unbiased. Like, I'll fucking look at whatever, but that just, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't, like, I mean, if the thing is like, well, common sense, they should be just like rushing out of there. It's like, I agree. I agree, like, kind of, but at that point, they knew the shooter was down, you know? Like at that point right then, they had confirmed, like, he's Secret Service. That guy's Secret Service. And so he's got the earpiece in. They had killed the guy. And they knew that. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like it's not like the woman that got up right afterwards, that was instant. Like, it was like, you know, because the reason you could see her is because while Trump was down, she had stood and she was like filming while the podium was still down, because I think she was there to film his corpse. You know what I mean? So like the shooting happens. It was like immediately after the shooting. We're like at the point that we're looking at that, like, people know that the shooter's dead. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I don't know, but that to me, that's what it looks like to me. But okay. Oh, and like lower the flag to stage photo. I mean, I don't know. That's not like conclusive that it does that. It's like it comes in, but also here. Okay. You want, honestly, what I think is that, I think that photo, or like the flag might be fake, but they probably put that into like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They might've put that into After Effects or something, or shit. Who knows? Could have just been a fucking miracle that came, you know, that like the win, but I would need to see what that entire setup looked like to see where flags were beforehand, you know, like, cause just with that alone, I can't make a decision on it, you know. Redcon, thank you for the super chat. Don't feel bad, bro. I teach women who have been through domestic violence, Krav Maga. Yep. Teach them how to not be a victim quickly, but still called a scumbag on the house, dude. Yeah. I'm white, Christian, and male, so I understand the hate. I mean, what I mean is like fucking, I don't know, you know, like pretty girls in general. It's like, I don't know. I've always like watched people interact with them. And there's a, like guys are really shitty at fucking hiding what they're thinking, you know? So like, if you can't control what you think about and you think that like, oh, well, I'm not saying it out loud. It's like, well, that doesn't, you know, like human beings are exceptional at a few things. And one of them is threat assessment. And dude that is like, just would love to see what she tastes like, you know, like that hits the fucking threat threshold, even though like, you know, dude's probably not dangerous. But if you're thinking like, God, I just would love to see what she looks like naked, but you think that they can't tell, like they can fucking tell, dude. That's what I mean. It's like, so, you know, if you just being able to control not saying a thing doesn't mean that you're actually in control of yourself, not being a scumbag. You know what I mean? Thank you for the super chat, good sir. Curveballs 126. And obviously I'm not saying you are doing that. I'm saying like the people I was referencing are, you know, do that shit, which is anyway. Curveballs 126. Thank you very much for the super chat. If Trump was honest about being pro-Zionist, would he have won the primary? I didn't even know what Zionism meant until last month. I think that Trump made no secret at all that he was, honestly, I think that he might have said, he's like, I'm the most pro-Israel president of all time. I remember him saying that over and over and over and over and over. You know, it wasn't until I don't know when the sentiment turned so violently against it. It's probably just the accumulation of, you know, like reality of what was going on in Gaza, like piling up, like, because people are, I don't know, humans are tolerant of reading about things. You know, it's like, oh, there's a bomb that went off and this many people died. It's like make believe. It's not like real to people, but you fucking show them a video of it. Like you show them a video of like what's really happening, and people are going to change their mind real fast. I remember there was this video, and this is well before this is, I don't even know how long ago, but it was that video of it's a video of that father in the hospital, and his like 3-year-old had been killed by a bomb, and like the back of the kid's head was gone, but the rest of him was like fully intact. It's like, it's something, whatever happened, it had basically just taken this completely off and everything else was relatively intact. And the father was like holding his kid up and screaming at him, trying to get him to wake up. It's fucked up, man. Like that was a lot, dude. So if you show people stuff like that, I mean, fuck, I haven't seen that video in probably 7 years. Just like, that kind of shit leaves an impression on people. And so if they're getting a constant stream of visuals of like, this is what's happening, like this, look at that. And then if you could say that's who's responsible for that, like it's going to be very, very effective at, you know, at building the public sentiment that you want. If what you want is for people to be upset about what's going on in that case, you know, and, you know, I think I'm sure that the entire reason that they forced that TikTok deal is specifically because China owns TikTok. And so, you know what I mean? Like China's like, I mean, I'm not like, what would you do if you had direct mainline access to as many Americans as the owners of TikTok do, and you're China? You think you're going to fucking hide that? Or are you going to just make it a fire hose of all of those videos all the time? And obviously the argument would be like, well, if you don't want that to happen, then don't do that shit. It's like, I mean, yeah, I agree. But we're talking about like world leaders who are like the same types of people who would be on Epstein Island. Like, that's not how their brains work. They're like, in their mind, they're like, oh, we just need to buy TikTok. You're like, right. Okay. Like, that's exactly what I would have expected you to do, you know? But anyway, the J-Mob wanted Trump dead. If the J-Mob wanted Trump dead, he'd be dead. Fake. I mean, I don't know about that, dude. Like the people who wanted him dead, they fucking wanted him dead. And I'm pretty sure that Soros has some pretty powerful ones of those behind him, because I'm pretty sure that him and a couple of these others are the front for, you know, the family I fucking am scared to even talk about. And they, unless you guys believe it's a coincidence that there was that trade that shorted Trump's stock, you know, like a day before the fucking Butler rally to the tune of like billions. And then after he survived, these people were so fucking powerful that they somehow were able to convince the trading desk that, oh, oopsie, that was meant to be a 1,200 share trade, not a 12 million share trade. And they actually let them fucking unwind a fucking a short. I think it was a put. I think it was like a short-term put on Trump's stock. He gets shot, survives, and then they're able to unwind that. And in that fund, if I'm remembering correctly, the some of like the top investors were Soros, Dick Cheney, and God, there was another one of those fucking like the most like, of course they'd be behind it, and of course they'd make a trade that big, because just like they want to videotape it, so they want you to see, they fucking want you to know. They want to get that money. Like they'll, you know, you think that they're not going to take the opportunity to fucking print fucking, who knows, 403. It was some outlandish amount of money they were going to make from that home office. They want the money, but they want you to fucking know they did it. You know, like, because in their shoes, like Trump is directly challenging everything that they're doing. The grip that they have on the different rungs of power, like Trump is fighting them for those things. And by some fucking miracle, Trump actually won. But the same way that I'm talking about Alex Jones and Candace, where like, if Candace's viewers start attacking Alex Jones feels like he's being attacked by Candace. It's exactly the same for those guys, except more so, because for them, this is like they're, you know, like these guys don't fucking lose. They're the most powerful people in the world, and Trump is trying to take that from them. And his supporters who are going online and they're like, yeah, cheering against them, like they want you to see them kill your guy, and they are happy to put their fingerprints all over it and fucking print a couple $100 billion in your face and go, fuck yeah, I did it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I mean? I still find it absolutely unbelievable that they were able to unwind that trade. Like, it's so crazy, dude. It's so great. They're like, oh, oops, yeah, it was a clerical error. Meant to be 1,200 shares, not 12 million. Mitch lives in the same town as me. It is a witness protection hub. My mother was in witness protection here. I tend to believe him about his dad. That his dad is a Zodiac killer. Okay, let me ask you this. This is just a common sense question. I'm not trying to break your balls. How would you or anyone else know that your town is a witness protection hub? Because that is literally that's not a thing. There's no like witness protection hub. That's the exact opposite of witness protection, as far as I understand it, because if people learn that it's a witness protection hub, all the most dangerous people are going to be going there looking for people who are in witness protection. That's like the challenge that I had with that story right out of the gate is like, if you've been in witness protection for 30 years, how are you able to just come out and do this now then? You know what I mean? Like, what changed now to do that? But like, listen, like I said, it has no effect on me whether you believe Mitch that his fucking dad's a Zodiac killer. I think it would, you know, me personally, as a completely cynical person who thinks everybody's bullshitting them unless proven otherwise, I find that story fucking laughable. But again, I have no idea. Like, you know, I have no way to prove it either way. I tend to like people who are more like super heavily prone to believe people's stories because they tend to be really good people. I feel, you know, like they just tend to be really good people. Everybody sees the world through the paradigm that they see their own life through. That's why I am always trying to jam people through, you know, like, oh, Logan Paul did this. I'm like, there's no way he meant to fuck over his viewers, dude. Cause like, to me, that's like, I would never do that. It's unfathomable to me. And then every time you look at like the next one, you're like, oh, he really is like, he doesn't give a fuck. And I'm like surprised by that. And so people who believe everybody, generally speaking, are people who like do not lie themselves. And so lying is like completely unfathomable. Me, I tended to believe everyone when I was a kid. And I got disappointed by people lying so many times that I grew into an extraordinarily jaded fucking, like, you know, I don't know, whatever I am now, where I just assume people are full of shit. If they've got a really outlandish story, I just assume it's bullshit. And then if it ends up being true, I'm like, damn, I can't believe that was fucking true. I just don't get married to my opinions about anything. You know what I mean? But if I had to bet, I would bet his dad is not the Zodiac Killer, but who knows? Okay, he's right. People didn't know about the truth. I agree with that. I feel like Zionism is a term that people had heard, but they didn't know what it meant. Like they really didn't know what it meant. Get a tape measure and show us how tall you are. Why the fuck would I do that? Here. Like, okay, here you go. This is, like I said, this is Heavy Duty Country. He's 6'4", and this is me standing much closer to the camera to make it appear like I am the same size as him. I absolutely am not. Hold on. Here's like, let me see. There you go. So like when he's closer to the camera, I look like a little munchkin. He's so big though, dude. He like that fucking guy lives up to that moniker, dude. He is Heavy Duty fucking Country. I love that guy. We're gonna do these all the time. Anyway, so what else we got? Jamie said, thank you for the super chat. Trump's son-in-law is Jewish. His daughter converted to Judaism, and his grandchildren are being brought up in the Jewish faith. So yeah, most pro-Israel president. Yeah, but I think that I mean, yes, for sure. I was just talking about this today. I feel pretty confident saying that I think Trump is very family oriented for sure. I think that the fact that Jared Kushner has the relationships that he does out there is a huge, makes a huge impact on Trump's kind of foreign policy with Israel. But the other thing is that one of many things that Israel is very good at when it comes to like controlling politicians is they are very good at knowing what direction to take with different politicians, because making other people's power their power is what they do. And with Trump, we already talked about this, right? Like you attack him this way, he's not going to give in. You attack him this way, he's not going to give in. You attack him this way, not going to give in. He is fucking impenetrable when it comes to that. But you offer him money, or you offer him status and money, and that guy's, he'll fucking move for you. And I think that behind all of the stuff that Trump is doing, that seems to be like, why are you entertaining attacking Iran? Like, why are we even having this fucking conversation? And if those types of things that don't seem to make sense in terms of what he ran on and then what he's doing now, again, there's no way for me to know, right? Like, there's no way for me to know, but at my evaluation, I would lean heavily towards him having an absolutely unimaginable financial interest in what's going on in Gaza. Like, unimaginable billions of dollars for himself and his family going forward and all of that. And that's why he's doing what he's doing, would be my guess. Now on the Epstein stuff, that's totally different. I would have probably leaned that direction before as much has come out as it has. Now, I'm not of the opinion that Trump did anything like illegal with kids or whatever, but like there's enough of him in the files and he's a fucking smart guy, dude. He had to know that if they just dump the files, like his people are going to eviscerate him with what's in there, even though, you don't have him committing any crimes or anything like that. And candidly, from my perspective, looking at everything that I've seen of him in these files, seems very obvious that like, yeah, he's a pussy hound. Everybody knew that, but every single thing that you see of him is with like adult women. Like, it's like, and not just like, oh, they're legal. It's like adult women. Like he's not into that kind of, you know what I mean? Like, because people who are that powerful will always give up their sexual proclivities. I've talked about this before, like with men who are famous as fucking rich and very public enough that you kind of get to see them with women. They'll always tip their hand on that. That's why Drake, people are like, what's up with this fucking weirdo groomers? Because he can't help it, dude. Like, these people who get whatever they want all the time, like especially dudes who get whatever they want and they have immense power and wealth and fame, like they, unless they're extremely cagey, and people who are extremely cagey will avoid the public spotlight that will make them as famous as what I'm talking about. So usually they're not that personality type. You know, it's like Conor McGregor, a hopefully changed guy now after his iBegin experience, was like a fucking, I'll fuck a street taco at fucking 3 a.m. if I'm hungry enough for it. You know what I mean? He doesn't like, he is just down for fucking whatever. Drake, like some high school basketball age, tipped his fucking hand. You know, Epstein is kind of a different conversation because we all know what his taste was, and that was kind of the point. But like, for someone as famous and big as Trump, and there's never been a single inkling of anything with him and someone younger, I'm telling you, you can feel confident that that's not his shit, dude. Like he's just not into it. Now you could say like, well, did he know about it and whatever? But the bottom line is on the Epstein stuff, I feel pretty comfortable saying that like he just knew that it was going to look bad. I mean, look at the Bill Clinton shit, dude. Like I really am very curious how they kept a lid on this stuff for this long. Like how did all of this stuff that's out now exist and they just never used any of it? Think of what they threw at Trump when he was running for office and they were doing anything that they could to make him not win. And look at what was in the files that they could have used to make it look as bad as they wanted to. And they never used any of it. Think about that, dude. Think about how fucked up the shit that they probably have in the real files, like the real dark shit that they have. Imagine what kind of people are involved in this thing if they never once pulled on any of those options that they had to bury him with any of these things they could have made look bad. It's just unbelievable to try to even imagine how many people are in there and what kind of shit is in those files. You know what I mean? Okay. Elizabeth, thank you for the super chat. Finally caught alive. Love this channel. I love you. Thank you very much. Jimmy says, every unborn American has 500K in national debt. Iraq 3.0 isn't going to work. 1 trillion in interest. America is bankrupt. Israel will pivot to China. If Israel pivots to China, then man, that would be a real big problem. I think. I don't really even like. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how all of these pieces fit together. I understand like the natural resource stuff. That shit makes sense to me. Everybody needs that, and they have it, and we have this, and whatever. It's like, but I don't know how much we have. I have no idea what. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if like. The thing is, though, the one thing that people need to kind of, I don't know, consider when they're kind of gaming this out is that no one else attacks each other. Like no one else fires missiles very often. Like you don't hear about these other large. You don't hear about China militarily attacking anyone. You don't. I mean, Russia does obviously, and but you're talking about their fucking neighbor. Like they went to Ukraine because sometimes Russia, I guess, would do some ISIS stuff in the Middle East, but not so much anymore because they don't have, they're all focused there. But like the one thing that America has going for it when it comes to just pure negotiations is they know we'll fucking blow shit up, dude. We don't give a fuck. Like America's scary, dude. Like if you were in this game, if you're in this game and you're a country that is not America, dude, like you always have to consider that, like, because most of the time everybody's playing these like little like backdoor business games and they're doing spies are doing this, but at the end of the day, like, oh, Israel's like, okay, well, we'll just fuck them, we'll just go to China. It's like, I mean, we're like America, that we're fucking cowboys, like we will blow shit up, you know what I mean? Like you can rely on that, which as shitty as it is to kind of talk about, it's like it does put us in a position where people are probably afraid to like turn and which honestly is one of the reasons why I have such a huge problem when we fucking pull out of deals that were made by previous administrations. I have a huge fucking problem with that. Like, I don't care if the deal terms are shit. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, oh, bad deal terms, whatever. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter. We made that deal, signed a fucking contract or signed an agreement, whatever. You can't just turn around and undo that because you didn't like the previous administration. That's fuck that shit. because we need the ability to hold people accountable by that. And I don't want to be a part of a fucking organization that's like, oh yeah, fuck that. Oh yeah, we said we'd do that, but we're not going to do it. Fuck you. And then someone does it to us. We're all cool. Let's just go flatten their country. Like, I don't want to be a part of that, dude. I'm down to flatten people who fucking pull out of something we agreed on, as long as we never do that. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's the long and short of it. Elip, thank you for the super chat. Jared Kushner bought his building on 666 Fifth Ave. Yeah. Is that recent, or are you talking about the one? Because I know they have that one building. They did that super shady deal with Qatar where we were pressing Qatar with Trump when Trump's first presidency, and then somehow Qatar decided to buy that fucking defunct upside down building from the Kushner Group. I don't know if you guys know about that. Wait a minute, what the hell's going on, dude? Are you guys super chatting me from two? Like, how does that come in back to back? Anyway, that's awesome. I'll look it up. Thank you both, you guys. And Nurse Kate, told you guys, dude. Nurse Kate, 1981. Thank you very much. Great job. Love your show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. It's much more flattering when girls love the show. I don't know why. But okay, I got to jump. You guys are the best. This went way longer than I anticipated, but this was an awesome stream. Lots of fun conversations. If you think that Mitch Snow's dad is the Zodiac Killer, then, chalk that one. Consider that case solved. And if you don't, it's not going to affect any of us in any direction anyway. But I am very excited to watch Candace tomorrow, though, and see what that holds. Love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.